Daniel had a similar situation. Made up this whole thing, and when the music sounded and Daniel, along with everybody else, was to bow down to worship an idol. The Word of God tells us, Daniel, knowing that the decree was already signed, he went home and he opened his window towards Jerusalem, as his custom was 3 times a day. And he prayed to God, knowing that it could mean him being cast into the lion's den. But he had a walk with God, and he was going to walk it. It's time to get away from the talk of God and begin to walk with God. Because God's on the throne. Daniel refused, just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Jesus never had made public a statement that he made in Matthew 10. They'll put you in prison and they'll hand you over to the magistrates and they'll do all things. But in that day, take no thought what you'll say. Because on that day, the Spirit of God will tell you what to say. The Spirit of God will tell us what to say in these days. When many countries in the world are trying to go in the way of communism, they're trying to close down the preaching of the Word of God. But the one thing I want you to remember, they took Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and they heated that furnace that hot that even the strong men that were throwing them in, was slew with the heat. They threw them into that fire furnace, and the only thing burned was the ropes that they were tied with. We're walking with the Lord, the only thing that'll burn is the things of the enemy. And the king looked and he said, did we not cast 3 men bound into the fire? He said, I now see 4 men loosed and walking in the fire. He forgot about his idolatry. He said, there's no God like the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The lions couldn't touch Daniel. There's no God like Daniel. Daniel's God. No God like Daniel's God. That's why we need signs, wonders, and miracles today. That's why we need to begin to preach and believe the Word of God, and to stand on it. Because great is our God, and greatly to be praised. Great is our God, and greatly to be praised. In this day and hour that we're living in, we must not give in to the pressures of the enemy. Churches, they're getting gift aid from the government. We're going to come under pressure from the government to come under the line with the government, or they will remove the gift aid and make them pay back what they've got in the last so many years. That's why we need to be careful. Every decision we make has a long-lasting effect.